no doubt heard that processed foods are bad for you, but do you know what foods are actually classified as processed versus unprocessed? Let's play a little game and find out. Can you identify which foods are classified as processed? We have white rice, white flour, pasta, dried fruit, fruit juice, roasted salted nuts, canned beans, cheese, freshly made bread, and pre-made meals. It might surprise you to know that according to the classification system that is most widely used in the research that shows that processed foods are bad, would consider these foods unprocessed. And that same classification system would consider these foods processed. Really, when you boil it down, the line between processed and unprocessed, and even the line between unprocessed and ultra-processed, is largely arbitrary and mostly based on aesthetics. Right, like what is the difference between beans that you cooked from dry at home and beans that you bought in a can? And what is the difference between white pasta and bread that you bought at a bakery when the ingredients list is almost identical? Or the difference between a frozen meal that you buy at the grocery store versus the exact same meal that you prepared at home? Really not much, because the primary criteria between classifying something as processed versus unprocessed is whether it was made outside of the home or whether it was made inside of the home. And because of that, this classification is largely divorced from the nutritional quality of the food, which can be identical. Look, I love cooking, and I would love everyone to love cooking. In fact, that's a big part of what I work with my clients on, is how to make cooking more enjoyable and more accessible. But if you just don't like cooking and you just don't want to do it, you are not a failed human. And you absolutely can have a diet that still promotes good physical function. So let's consider our diets and the healthfulness of them based on actual nutritional content rather than vibes. Hope this helps.